Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've got nothing on and I have really bad skin at the moment, to how my skin usually is, that's what I mean. And as you can see, I've got a few scars from picked spots. I'm quite bad with picking spots. And on this side, I actually have a few fresh spots and a lot more scars here as well. So I'm going to show you how to cover these spots and scars. First things first, moisturizer. I like to use my Sunday Riley UFO face oil and then literally a few drops. And massage it into the skin. Wait for it to dry a little bit and then use your moisturizer. So I use my La Roche-Posay Effaclar, but the one with the SPF in it. If you want to know what skincare I use, I do have a YouTube video on skincare up, so you can just check why I use what and what for. Right, next up is eye cream. So I love my Dr. Gross, Dennis Gross Ferulic Acid and Retinol, I think. Yeah, triple eye serum. There's too many words involved. And just like a tiny little pump, it's just like a gel, and I use it morning and evening. And what it does is just kind of like refreshes your eye area. It is like a treatment as well, so you see less wrinkles and everything. So again, see my skincare video, guys. So all around the eyes. So that's my skin prepped. I'm going to start fast by covering my scars and my spots. So first up, I use MAC Prolongwear. The reason I'm using two is because I'm just literally the color in between, and I can, you know, one is a little bit too dark and one is just that tad too light. So this is an NW35 and an NW30 that I'm going to mix together first of all. So I usually just get like a pump and I get a clean cotton bud and just mix the two together and then literally apply them generously on every single scar and spot that I have in my face. So again, on the scars. Yeah, it's looking a little bit better. Don't worry, we're going to be able to cover it even more. The next thing I do is just, I like my foundation sticks from Bobbi Brown, and the reason I use two colors, because again, I feel like there is no exact color for me, so I think the 5.5 is a little bit too dark. So what I'm going to use with the 5.5 is just like use it on the outside. And then use the 5.25, which is a slightly lighter color, lighter shade, in the middle. Yep. And then I use a beauty blender. So if you feel like your skin's a little bit dry still, just like spray some Fix Plus over it, get it a little bit damp, and then just like spread it out. So I'm just gonna do it while it's dry because my skin's very well prepped. Now, I can still see a little bit of the scarring, but most of it is covered up now. Now, what I take is actually something that feels very similar to the Bobbi Brown stick, which is the MAC Studio Finish Concealer. So it's very, very, it's got a lot of coverage basically, so it's pretty good as well, and it moves around a little bit, so you don't have these matte patches around the face. I'm just gonna put my finger in it, and I'm just gonna go over. So just be generous, it's fine that you can see a little bit. Anywhere else that you think you can still see the scar. And then what I like to do is with a cotton bud as well, and you can use your finger as well here actually, is just use the exact same concealer under the eye. So this is an NW30. So try and not bring the concealer all the way into your lower lid, that's it. Only because I'm starting to get wrinkles there, so I don't want to pack a lot of product on there. So while it's like this, however, I'm going to wet it a little bit. Just very, very, very tiny. And then I'm just going to start with my under eye first. Yeah, I feel like my skin's already looking brighter. And now with the sponge, beauty blender, I'm just gonna blend out. So you wouldn't have been able to do that with the Prolongwear now because it would have dried and you would have really struggled. Now to set it, because as I said, it obviously is going to move around because it's oil based, and the rest of the foundation is as well, well, cream oil based, is to set it with a powder. So the powder that I'm going to use is actually from Bobbi Brown as well. It's the Warm Honey 5.5, and just get, instead of using the pad with it, just get a brush, and this is a 129 brush from MAC, and they're cool because they're quite short and they really pick up a lot of product. So just press it in and then just dab it, or more like press it into the area where you have the most scars or you want a lot of coverage. We don't want to do it throughout the whole face. It depends. If you feel like you're going to get really oily throughout the day, then you can apply it. I do have oily skin, but I like my skin to look a little bit glowy and dewy, so I don't actually use it on the inside. I just kind of use it around, and I definitely use it the areas where I needed it for the spots. So I had a few there. So I'm just kind of leaving the under eye area to look quite fresh. Right, so this is pretty much my skin covered up, and it's looking a little bit healthy and glowy, so not so dull and like I haven't slept for a long time. At this point you'll just do your contouring and the rest of the face really. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna quickly do everything else in fast forward mode, so you can see how I've just like finished off the rest of the skin. Ta-da, guys! So this was just an everyday sort of makeup, but the main thing that I wanted to teach you guys was obviously how to cover like your spots and your scars. So you can apply this. Obviously the colors will vary for everybody, but this is it. So hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. And I would love to hear your feedback as well.